go, folks. One of the most anticipated matchups of the entire regular season. Two national championship contenders, each ranked in the top 5. Which side can step up and deliver on this big stage? We are in downtown Atlanta at Bobby Dodd Stadium, home field of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, as we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on the 4th-ranked team, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. For EA Sports, I'm Chris Fowler, joined in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get this thing going. This is a matchup we have been waiting for. Two elite wide receivers. They bring a great skill set and swagger, hoping to use this showcase to show they are the top receiver in the country. We are in downtown Atlanta at Bobby Dodd Stadium, home field of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, as we'll see one of the top teams in this conference, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on the 4th-ranked team, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler here with Kirk Herbstreit. Let's get this thing underway. Start us off. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee to bring the football to the 25-yard line. And he breaks the tackle on the way to a solid gain there. Both teams trying to set the tone in this high-stakes collision here. Kirk, a long way to go. We expect this battle to come down to the final minutes.
Well, both these teams have been chirping back and forth during the week. I'm sure they're finally excited to be out on the field together. And this is the kind of matchup you just have to have an aggressive.
Here he goes. Breaks into the clear. Out past the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. No chance to catch him there.
But all the footwork that they've done to get ready for this game, here we are in the opening drive. They see exactly what they thought they might see based on their film work. It pays off, and this back had a ton of space to show you what kind of speed he has.
They can try to add to the lead now to the PAT. PAT makes it 7-0. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and he'll start at the 25. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. He's in the clear. And the play is good enough for a first down. They'll move the ball to the 44.
Just what a great battle here at the line of scrimmage. Good push by the offensive line, and the back does enough to be able to pick up the first down.
Dropping back, it's Aller. Scrambling, now he'll make the throw. Incomplete, they cannot connect on the deep ball.
The defense has got to do a better job of communicating. That is a wide-open receiver. They catch a break by an errant throw by the quarterback.
And the QB will try again on 2nd and 10. And it's incomplete, comes up a little short on that throw. Just underway, and this home crowd is fired up and ready to make a difference today. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Throws it to the right. He's got it in the open. That's a solid gain. Moves the football inside the 40. 1st and 10.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And, man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on 3rd down, get him the ball.
They stop him after a short gain. It's not a first down.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or two guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody, and allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this defense.
We're going to go with the Wildcat formation and an extra blocker. Let's see what they have in mind here. They're going to run it. Mack gets the carry. And he steps out of bounds, but a solid gain there on the ground.
What a nice job here by this offensive line in the back to pick up this first down. And, Chris, you know better than me growing up in this area, Penn State's offense and the ability to run the ball, probably been doing it as well as anybody in college football for decades, going back to guys like the late, great Franco Harris and Kajana Carter and Larry Johnson and Miles Sanders more recently, and, of course, Saquon Barkley. I mean, the list goes on of great Penn State running backs, and I'm sure they're proud to see him running the football the way he is today.
So 2nd down after the incompletion. Scanning the field. It's Aller. Lets it go quickly. Makes the catch. Can he get in? They bring him down short of the end zone, but this will set up a 1st and goal. The Nittany Lions will hustle to the line to crank the tempo.
But there's no time to sit there and talk to each other as a defense. You give up a big gain for a first down, and already you got to get lined up because here comes the ball again.
Keep it on the ground, trying to power in for the touchdown. Tough running to avoid a loss, but just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play. And the crowd really making some noise now, trying to help out this defense. You
get this stop near the goal line. On the ground, trying to power toward the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. Can you say methodical? A marathon march, Kirk, just pounding away and wearing down that defense.
They just kept moving the sticks and moving the sticks until they got into the red zone, and they just kept moving the sticks until they got into the end zone. What a drive.
And the point after is right down the middle. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And the fair catch signaled for and taken. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Off the play fake, looking to throw. The pocket breaking down. Swarmed by the pass rush, a sack.
Well, you got to do a better job with your fake as the quarterback. The defense did not bite at all on the play action, allowing them to continue to come after the quarterback and come up with that sack.
Fighting off the defender.
Chris, it's the consistency of this back is giving this defense fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to hit some big plays downfield off play action.
Now in third and very long, looking to throw. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Man, I am so impressed with the athletic ability and speed of this defense. Quarterback does a pretty good job of keeping the play alive, scrambling off to his right, but that defensive speed and their aggressive nature get to him.
He's brought down, but a good effort to make something of that return. So here's the first play of the drive. They're set up at the 43. Early movement there will cost the offense 5 yards. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Looking downfield, it's Aller. Physical defending, that one falls incomplete, brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
Incompletion makes it second down. From the shotgun, drops back, looking for an open man. That one falls incomplete, looking for a flag, doesn't get it, brings up third down. Out of the gun now on third down. Fires it to the wideout. It's complete. What a grab near the sideline. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. Hold on here a second. The replay booth has signaled they want to take another look at this one. Looks like they got the ruling on the field right the first time. They confirm it with the review. The Nittany Lions begin a new series here, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, looking to throw. And the ball is picked off. Could take it all the way. The 30, past the 20. Takes it all the way back for a pick six. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
Well, we talked to him during the week, and he told me he was a high school corner. And I can see why. He's got tremendous ball skills to make that play and then to be able to take it all the way back for a touchdown. Just outstanding.
The extra point is good, so it's 14-7. So the offense calls a timeout here. That's their first of the half. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. To be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the first play of the drive now coming up from the 17-yard line. Back to pass. It's Aller. The receiver grabs it.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
Defense is coming after him. Gets the ball up as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
Boy, this one's on the offensive line, Chris. They've got to do a better job of protecting the franchise quarterback. This guy's as good as there is in the country, and they're letting this pressure get to their quarterback. You either get the ball out faster, or the offensive line's got to do a better job of taking care of their guy.
They're going to throw for it on 3rd and short. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. They bring him down, but that's a good play. Moves the ball to the 39. Offense keeps moving. It's a completion for a first down. Takes the handoff. It's Singleton. Brought down, but crosses midfield to the 46. And the Nittany Lions come to the line to run the hurry up.
What a big game by this offense, and they're now going to kick to that up-tempo. Kind of sense that the defense is a bit on their heels, confused, looking to the sidelines. A great time to go hurry up.
That's the running back who makes the catch across the middle.
That's what I love about this guy. He has the ability to sneak out of the backfield. The quarterback's able to find him open, checks it down for a nice gain.
Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. Pulls it in. It's Singleton. That's a solid game. Moves the football inside the 30. And a first down. Offense right to the line, cranking up the tempo.
Okay, here they go. Big first down, good pickup, and they are off and running.
To throw, it's Aller. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on first down.
He just has to be protected better than that. He's the guy who can shift the tenure of a game. It's the offensive line's job to ensure he's kept clean.
And they'll try to pick it up on the ground. Here he goes. Looking for the end zone. Has a lane. And he could not be stopped. Touchdown, Penn State.
Chris, he broke free from the line of scrimmage. I thought he might have a 10 or 15-yard gain, but he shows you the speed that he has to take it all the way to the house.
And the PAT is good. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And the returner elects to fair catch it. No return. Time for one more play here in the quarter. Breaks free. He's in the clear. They get him down to wrap up the first period of play. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. Trying to find room. It's Haynes. Breaks into the clear. Tackle finally made at the 37. It'll be 1st and 10 from there.
A good push up front here in this back. I tell you, he's got some outstanding vision to be able to find those creases, to be able to get positive yards, and here he gets the first down.
Back-to-back chunk plays to begin the drive. The defense on their heels. Short connection to the tight end here. They're finally able to stop him. The quarterback brings the big man down. Not easy to do with that size difference.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touches.
Wideouts now clustered. To throw, it's King. Caught by the receiver. And the gain just good enough for a first down. The Yellow Jackets come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. And the runner takes off to his right. Spins away from defenders. Brought down after a solid run by the senior.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up. The back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on first down.
And the Yellow Jackets come to the line with 1st and goal. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets.
Boy, Chris, how about the blocking on this touchdown run? The effort and execution combined with the vision of the running back, everything just working in concert together.
Now the all-important extra point. PAT makes it a 7-point lead. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. So it'll be a touchback. Ball spotted at the 25. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Gonna run it. It's Singleton. He's past the marker and still going. Tackle made at the 37. That's a solid gain. The Nittany Lions will hustle to the line here to run the hurry-up. Looking to throw. It's Aller. The pass rush closing in. On the move, but can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
This is good pressure by the defense. It just felt like the quarterback was holding on to the ball a little bit too long, which allowed the defense to get home.
For a first down loss, it's 2nd and long from the 23. The shotgun running play call. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long.
Oh, down he goes. It's a sack. I think that was a coverage sack as much as anything. They sat back in a dime defense with 6 defensive backs, and none of them blitzed. They just sat back in coverage, and the defensive line eventually came up with a sack.
And on 4th down, the punter sends it away. No fair catch. He feels the punt. And the coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. So first play of the drive coming here. They'll start at their own 49. Hand off to the right side. Now here he goes.
Hey, whether it's been on the inside or bouncing things to the outside, this guy has shown you everything that he has to offer, and a big part of the reason why they're enjoying this nice lead.
It's a solid run, gives the offense a first down and a new set of downs. Short throw complete to the tight end. They get him to the ground, and it's first down now at the 28.
Yeah, you know this defense has got to be frustrated after giving them multiple conversions now on first downs. There's another one. But for the offense, man, they're just playing very efficiently right now.
Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain.
Boy, this back is having some kind of game today. He just continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over 150 yards now, and this defense has no real answers in trying to keep him contained.
Yellow Jackets are going to cash in here in the red zone. End zone ahead. Refusing to be brought down. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his second touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns.
And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. And he's brought down at the 12. That's poor field position to start the drive. Snap. It's a toss to the left side. Fighting north. Defense not fooled by the Wildcat look. Just a short gain on the play. They come to the line in the Wildcat formation. Defense got to be on alert here. Breaks into the clear. They get him down, but not before an explosive run play on this Wildcat look. It's a first down.
Boy, great job up front here getting this first down by this Penn State offense. And great combination over the years that we've seen in State College. The ability to run the football with an offensive line that can get that push and a big physical back that can be able to pick up those yards, get those first downs.
It's a 1st and 10 play coming up for the offense. It's the 2-minute timeout. This offense running out of time to cut into this lead before the break. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Dropping back. It's Aller. Looking deep downfield to the left. That ball is incomplete. An aggressive deep shot on first down.
Well, the name of the game for this defense is to pressure this quarterback as often as you can. And that's exactly what they've been able to do here in this first half. It looks like they've got him rattled a bit, as that pass should have been.
Looking for a deep completion. And that one's picked off. What a play. Look out, he's in the clear. At the 30 now. They finally tackle him, but an excellent return after the pick.
We're just here in this first half, and this defense is all over. That's their second interception. Good job of pressuring the quarterback, making him uncomfortable, and forcing the ball into coverage.
Pitches to the back. And he'll be smarter right at the line for no gain.
Well, when they called that one in, I doubt they thought it was going to go backwards like it did. Normally, you can get a few out of these option plays, but they got nothing here.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. It's an out route, the catch made, and he's in for the score. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. When he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
Extra point try coming now. With the PAT, it's a 3-touchdown lead, 35-14. Scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. They tackle him at the 9. That's good coverage. He should have left the ball in the end zone. So here we go. First play of the drive, under 2 minutes before halftime. He's got room to run. The senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Love this early in the game by this defense, taking control of the line of scrimmage, not giving this back anywhere to go, and they keep him short of the first down.
Here's the second down play. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Scanning the field. It's Aller. Hit as he released it. Looks left and finds his target there. Tackle made, but it moves the ball to the 25 as they try to get this drive going. Looking to throw it on first down. Fires it on the move. This one is broken up. Ball's incomplete.
The offense takes a big shot here downfield. I thought they may have a chance, but the defender makes an unbelievable play to get a hand on the ball and knock it away.
He's back to throw again on second down. Looking deep to the right side. And it's hauled in. Catch made way downfield. They finally get him down, but a big play for 46. The Nittany Lions hustle to the line to run the hurry out. And looking to throw now on first down. Looking downfield near the end zone. And he makes the catch. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
Touchdown.
Now that's what I'm talking about. This hasn't been a great first half, but putting up that touchdown like this, now they're going to be feeling good heading into that locker room and get themselves to believe that they can come back and win this game.
I believe they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. On the hands team all over that to make the recovery. The tackle is made, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what that's about. So they don't let the ball travel 10 yards before touching it. That could be a crucial mistake as they try to come back here in the fourth quarter. The offense is set up with excellent field position. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. Breaks one tackle, gets brought down, but picks up some decent yardage. And the offense will now quickly spend a timeout. Offense moving to a bunch formation. Here we go. Dropping back. It's King. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They bring them down, but that play will set up a first and goal now at the 10.
It's really good timing here between the quarterback and the receiver. And how about the receiver downfield? Does a nice job of finding that open space in the zone of the defense. And as a defense, you're just basically throwing your hands up into the air because they had that covered relatively well. Just a good play call and good execution.
It's like the final play of the half coming up. Looking for a gap. It's Haynes. And he muscles into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
That's playing to the echo of the whistle here in this first half. They just keep pouring it on. Why not just continue to be aggressive? It's worked out so far for them. What a big lead they've worked up now here in this first half.
But they'll try to add the lead now with a PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. And the Yellow Jackets will kick it away to get us going in the second half. And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Looking to throw. It's Aller. And he's going to take a shot down the left side. That one is incomplete. Took a downfield shot on first down, but missed it.
Well, the defense better be aggressive here themselves. Clearly, we're seeing an approach by this offense that they're going to attack downfield. Probably saw something in the first half that they could take advantage.
The QB throws his third pick of the day. Brought down after a short return, but the interception gives the offense the football at the 40.
Well, it looks like somebody did a great job of preparing himself to get ready for this football game. It's his second interception in this game so far. Obviously reviewed the tape, is locked in on his fundamentals. That's a big-time player making big-time plays.
And here comes the Georgia Tech offense back out on the field. They've really built momentum in this game. They've been hard to stop. Can the defense make some adjustments, come up with a stop here? Quick throw by the quarterback off the RPO. They've got him, but he picks up 8 yards. Sets up a nice 2nd and 2.
Chris, the more we watch these spread offenses attack in today's game, it's not just about the vertical shots with the taller receivers on the outside. Defenses are challenged even more by those smaller slot receivers and their quickness in space.
Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Catch made on the out route. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first down.
You call quick out on 3rd down, I think that tells you the confidence you have in a quarterback to be able to make that throw. And on top of that, a little surprised the defense would give that kind of cushion to be able to give him room.
Oh, it's picked off. What a play. Breaks into the open. The 40. The 30. The 10. Touchdown, Penn State. A huge defensive score.
Chris, what a turn of events here. 1 second, you're in field goal range as an offense. The next, the defense is running back an interception for a score. You're looking at a 10-point swing and a momentum changer.
And they're able to tack on the extra point. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. This one will be fair caught. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Trying to find some room. It's Haynes. Breaks a tackle in the clear now. Carrier steps out, but a solid gain on the ground that time.
Boy, another nice gain by this back. He has had a beautiful day today running the football, just kind of in that zone, and a big reason why they have a nice lead today.
1st and 10 play coming up. Oh, the quick throw falls incomplete.
I'm not sure the quarterback makes the right decision on this one. I think if he'd do it over again, he would have found a different target downfield, but he made his decision. That one's incomplete.
Caught on the outside. It's Haynes.
I'll tell you what, man, this defensive speed is electric. Great job of running to the football. Nowhere to go at all after that throw.
Now in 3rd and very long, looking to throw. On the run, he'll let it go. Pass is incomplete, but a penalty marker on the play that should result in a first down. On the offense, going to be bailed out by the pass interference call. That could be a crucial moment here in today's game. We'll hand it off. Breaks into open space. He's in the clear. The 20. At the 10 now. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. They continue to roll up the score.
Hey, Chris, 1, 2, 3, this is his 4th rushing touchdown in this game alone. This guy has a chance to not only be player of the game, maybe player of the week in the whole sport.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Looking to pass. It's Allen. Quick throw to his receiver. Grab down the middle. It's Ross. He's marked out of bounds after an excellent game, but there is a flag on the field. This one might be coming back.
Man, playing defensive back has got to be the toughest job out there right now in college football. You get isolated on islands against these freaky, talented receivers. It's hard enough to be able to stay up with them and try to make a play on the ball, and often you end up bumping them downfield, and you get a call like...
Catch made all the way down inside the 35. They make the stop, but it's a big play to the 31.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived at the same time as the football, and now it's 2nd down.
Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. But give the defense all the credit with a big hit to knock that ball loose.
2nd down play coming up for this offense. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Powering through. They bring him down to the 13. This offense really threatening now to score. It'll be 1st down. And the Nittany Lions looking to use the up-tempo offense here. Here comes a throw from the red zone. Looking for 6. Intercepted in the end zone. Oh, he's bringing it back. Past the 50. Out past the 30. Crosses the 10. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. A long-distance defensive touchdown. Wow.
There's a risky throw here so close to the goal line. This defender makes this interception, Chris. Sometimes you see a guy hesitate. He might think about taking a knee. This guy didn't. You gave him momentum and the speed that he needed to be able to get to the end zone.
He got momentum after scoring that touchdown. And now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. So no return here. He takes it in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. They'll come up in Wildcat formation. Let's see what the call is. And it's a direct snap. This play is blown up. The defense all over him. The Wildcat look backfires that time. Come to the line in the Wildcat formation. Defense got to be on alert here. Direct snap. Oh, the ball comes loose. Oh, it's scooped up. Offense still has it on the run. They bring him down, but a heads-up play to scoop up the fumble and make 1st down yardage. They'll come up in Wildcat formation. Let's see what the call is. And it's a direct snap. Oh, and he's going backwards. The Wildcat look did not fool this defense at all.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What is an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend 1st down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that 1st down.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this 3rd down. Back to pass. It's Allen. He lets it go. Oh, downfield catch made on the left side. Defense wraps him up after the catch, but he's just short of a first down. And he's throwing for it on fourth down. On the run here, lets it go. And he can't connect. The gamble doesn't pay off.
Oh, my gosh, a drop pass here on this fourth down play. Everything was perfect. The execution is there. The route is nice. The ball is on the money. All he has to do is catch it, and it's a first down, and he drops it. This one could come back to haunt him.
He's taken down, but that's a nice gain. He'll spot the ball now at the 35.
Well, just a great play by the running back here. Just finding his lanes and exploding through the gap when it opened up.
First and 10 now for the offense. Looks right for a quick completion. They bring him down, but a solid gain there on first down. Looks to be just inches short of the marker.
But here the defense was committed to stop the run. And in an RPO, that's a dangerous thing to do. The quarterback sensed that, just pulled the ball out, got it out to the right flat for some good yards.
Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
An incompletion makes it 2nd and 10. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Receiver makes the grab. And he's brought down, but there is a penalty marker out there. Let's check out this call. So the call is defensive holding, and that's a big boost for this offense. The Yellow Jackets looking to keep this drive moving. He gains 9, so it's 2nd and 1.
Well, I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half, and he's already at it again.
So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. Pass caught. Can he get in? And he scores. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. No surprise there, Kirk. It's a red zone touchdown to the big tight end.
Well, the tight ends are usually much more involved down in the red zone because of their size and their skill set allows them to be more effective down in this area. You know, they may not hurt you on the big, long throw, but they can use their bodies, provide the quarterback a nice target when the defense is so condensed.
And he knocks through the PAT. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. He's tackled at the 10. Not good field position to start the drive. And the drive will begin backed up at their own 10-yard line. On the ground, it's Singleton. First out and more. He's still running. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
And that's a first down.
Dropping back, it's Aller. Fires it to the wideout. He makes the grab. The defense able to bring him down to wrap up the third quarter of play. Great start to the drive. Back-to-back explosive plays, and now another first down. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Taking a shot deep down the right side. This one is broken up and falls incomplete.
But here we are in the fourth quarter. The offense just trying to come up with something to try to spark this offense to give them a chance at a comeback. Unfortunately, the defense is playing smart. They're sitting back, anticipating these deep throws.
Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
It's just so hard in these late-game situations when you're trailing by this much to try to get the ball downfield against nickel or dime coverage. They're inviting you to take that underneath throw, hoping you burn the clock as you go.
He'll take a deep shot here. And it's incomplete. They let it fly on third down, but now it brings up fourth. The offense stays on the field, down multiple possessions. Easy choice. Fourth down. He's throwing for it. He's looking deep again. And it's broken up there. Great play on 4th down stop.
What a great job by this defense, really all game long. It's very fitting. Here we are now in the 4th quarter on a 4th down play. They step up yet again. Now you give the ball to your own offense, you work that clock, and you seal victory.
Here comes the Georgia Tech offense back out on the field. Can they keep it going? They mixed the run and pass beautifully in the last touchdown drive. The gain is 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held them just to 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
And that senior toughness on display as he keeps the drive moving himself.
Boy, this guy can do it all. We know what he can do with his arm, but when things aren't there, does a good job of pulling it down, knowing where the 1st down marker is, picking up the 1st down.
And it's incomplete, just out of reach. A little too much on that throw.
Well, this offense has had a great day today. The game is out of reach. I'd be curious to know why the starting quarterback's even still in the game, and why is he throwing the football?
Incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Back to throw. It's King. And he's hit right as he throws it. Incomplete.
Boy, that pass rush got in there in a hurry. Great job by this defense of disrupting the rhythm and timing between the quarterback and the receivers.
Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete.
Now, I'm not really sure why you're stopping the clock here, leading by so much in the 4th quarter. Run the ball, run the clock, and you can walk out of here with a win.
He knocks it through with confidence. And that will extend their lead even further.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. I'm surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. Here's the first play of the drive now. They're backed up at their own 14. 1st down, looking to throw the ball. Delivers quickly to the left side. Oh, what a grab! Heads out of bounds after a solid gain. The Nittany Lions will crank up the tempo.
Hey, listen, this game isn't over yet. The defense can't get too comfortable with this lead, and I know the coach isn't content with giving up plays like that at any point in the game.
And that is interception number 5 as the nightmare performance continues. They finally bring them down, but what a return after the takeaway.
Well, that interception really about cost them the game here. And I understand. You got to do everything you can to get back in it, down by a couple scores. But the interception, for the most part, seals the deal for the defense.
And the Georgia Tech offense is back out there. After a field goal the last time out, we'll see what they can get here. Running with purpose.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Anytime you get positive yards on 1st down, that's a win.
Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. Here's a throw underneath to the tight end. They bring him down to the 16, but they move the football into the red zone. 1st down. The Yellow Jackets are going to cash in this red zone trip. Grinding away on the ground. Headed for the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. This offense cannot be stopped.
That's another touchdown for these guys. Man, they have had a day that you dream about. Whether it's the quarterback, the running back, the receivers, the offensive line, the entire unit has been dominant.
Automatic on the PAT. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. He's tackled at the 10. Not good field position to start the drive. And the drive will begin backed up at their own 10-yard line. He'll hand it off. Breaking tackles. Really solid first down gain. He's just short of the marker, so maybe a chance here to take a downfield shot.
That's a really good run by this offense. And, Chris, here they go. Up-tempo offense looking for a first down.
Caught over the middle. It's Ross. Tackle made after a solid gain. They'll spot the ball at the 34. Back-to-back chunk plays to begin the drive. The defense on their heels. To throw, it's Aller. Running out of time in the pocket. That's incomplete. Even on a first down pass attempt, he felt heavy pressure.
How about the defense today? They have played so well. I think the defensive coordinator put together a great plan. His kids clearly understood their scheme because they have been aggressive and attack.
And they heave it deep downfield. Oh, and he could not hold on. Would have been a huge gain.
But trailing by this much in the fourth quarter, the defense playing smart. They know you've got to take some deeper shots to try to get back into this game with a big play. And the margin of error for this quarterback shrinks with every pass attempt.
Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the football there on third down. Fourth down, look at a throw for it. And it's broken up nicely. A defensive stop and a turnover on downs.
Well, they just had to go for this, Chris. Pretty obvious. Not much of a choice. Down late in the game like this, you got to be aggressive. You got to take a chance. This was clearly just not their day.
Second down after that run on the previous play.
Let's go, let's go.
Short pass finds the tight end. The Yellow Jackets are moving quickly down the field. First down and 10 now. Ball handed off, and he will be stuffed for no gain.
Chris, that play just didn't have much of a chance at all from the snap. Quarterback hands this off and just nowhere to go. It's almost like the defense was anticipating the play call, and they put themselves in a position to come up with a nice tackle for a loss.
This is an impressive performance. They played a good football team here today, Kirk, but they just dragged them behind the woodshed and dominated from the start. This is going to catch people's attention.
Yeah, I think most people are going to be in awe when they look at the results of this game. Unbelievable job by this team dealing with the expectations, the pressure, and as you said, playing a good team. This was a big-time win and an opportunity to really continue to move up.
And that is going to do it. We enjoy being here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler. And this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.